So, this is it. The end of the rope. The bottom of the well. The moment the voice that has been whispering you can't has finally, definitively won, you're tired. But it's not the kind of tired that sleep can fix. It's a weariness of the soul, an exhaustion of the spirit. You've fought, you've hoped, you've tried, you've clawed your way back 100 times, and now there is nothing left. The silence after the last battle is deafening, and in that silence, giving up feels less like a tragedy and more like a relief, a mercy. The only logical thing left to do? I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. I'm not here to offer you empty platitudes or toxic positivity. I'm not here to tell you to just be strong. Your pain is real. Your exhaustion is valid. The weight you are carrying is immense. I see it. I honor it. But I am here, right at the edge of this darkness with you, to ask you to wait. To just wait. To stay for a few more minutes and listen. Because there is a story about where you are right now that you may not have considered. A story that is quieter but truer than the one your despair is screaming at you. You feel like you have been buried. You feel the crushing weight of the darkness, the suffocation of the dirt, the finality of the grave. It is the end. This is a logical conclusion based on the evidence of your senses. The pressure is real. The darkness is real. But what if your senses are telling you only half the story? What if you have not been buried? What if you have been planted? Think of a seed. To become the magnificent tree it is meant to be, it must first endure what you are enduring now. It must be dropped into the dark. It must be covered in soil. It must be buried. And in that darkness, it must completely fall apart. Its shell has to crack open. Its old form has to be destroyed. From the outside, it looks like an act of annihilation. But it is not. It is an act of transformation. All the work, all the growth, all the magic happens in that suffocating, unseen place. The darkness that you feel is crushing you. It is the soil, rich with nutrients you cannot yet see. The pressure that feels like it's breaking you. It is the force that is cracking open the hard shell of who you used to be, so that who you are becoming can finally emerge. You are not witnessing your end. You are in the painful, sacred, and completely hidden process of your own becoming. You cannot see the growth yet, because the most vital growth always happens in the dark. Now, look at the wreckage around you. The mistakes, the failures, the broken relationships, the shattered dreams. You see the pieces of a life you believe you have ruined. You see the cracks, the flaws, the sharp edges of your own perceived inadequacies, and you feel shame. Feel the deep, corrosive shame of being broken. But have you ever heard of the Japanese art of Kintsugi? When a piece of pottery breaks, the Kintsugi artist does not throw it away. They do not try to hide the cracks. Instead, they meticulously piece it back together, and they fill the cracks with shimmering gold lacquer. The philosophy is that the piece is more beautiful, more valuable, and more resilient for having been broken. The cracks are not a source of shame. They are the main event. They are part of the object's history, a testament to its survival. The breakage and repair are what make it a masterpiece. They are not broken beyond repair. You are in the process of becoming a masterpiece of Kintsugi. Every single one of your cracks, every failure, every heartbreak that shattered youth, that is where the gold goes. That is where your compassion, your wisdom, your resilience, your depth, your incredible strength are being poured in. One day you will look at yourself, and you will not see a broken thing. You will see a warrior, illuminated by the golden scars that tell the story of every battle you have survived. Do not despise your cracks. They are what will, in the end, make you shine. I know you feel like you failed. You look back and you see a trail of things you didn't finish, goals you didn't reach, a person you didn't become. But you have been measuring progress with the wrong ruler. You have been giving yourself zero credit for the hardest work of all, enduring. Do you have any idea of the monumental Herculean strength it takes to get out of bed when your soul is screaming with pain? You know the courage it takes to face another day when you are carrying the invisible weight of despair? Do you know the resilience it takes to simply be here right now, breathing, after everything you've been through? This is the unseen work. This is the real victory. It is not about winning the race. It is about having the guts to show up at the starting line, day after agonizing day. You are not failing. You are forging. You are in the heart of the fire, and the intense heat is shaping you, tempering you, strengthening you in ways you cannot possibly understand from the inside of the flame. Your perception of failure is a mirage created by the heat. The reality is that you are being made into something unbreakable, and I know it feels like it's taking too long. You want the pain to be over now. You expect healing to be an earthquake, a sudden and dramatic shift, but that is rarely how it works. Think of a great river carving a canyon. The river does not blast through the rock with one single act of explosive force. It moves slowly, consistently, relentlessly. Day after day, it whispers over the stone, gently wearing it away. If you were to watch for only one day, you would swear nothing is happening. But over centuries, that gentle, persistent pressure carves one of the most magnificent wonders of the world. You are the river. The pain, the patterns, the hopelessness that is the stone. Every time you choose to get out of bed, every time you take one deep breath when anxiety hits, every time you are kind to yourself when the inner critic attacks every tear you allow yourself to cry, you are that river. You are carving new neural pathways in your brain. You're gently, persistently wearing down the stone of your despair. You cannot see the canyon yet because you are too close. But the work is being done. Do not mistake the quiet, slow, and sacred nature of your healing for a lack of progress. So please, before you let go, before you decide that the darkness is your grave, consider, just for a moment, that it is your soil. Before you condemn yourself for being broken, consider that you are being remade with gold. Before you call yourself a failure, give yourself credit for being a warrior. Before you give up because it's taking too long, remember the river. The only thing I'm asking you to do right now is not to win the war. I'm not even asking you to fight. I'm just asking you to stay on the battlefield for one more day. Just one. Don't think about tomorrow or next week or next year. That is the mind that overwhelms. Just come back to this single moment, this single breath. Can you take one more? And then another. There is a version of you, somewhere in the future, who is looking back at this exact moment. They are looking back at the person you are right now, at the end of your rope, in the depths of your despair, and they are not looking back with pity. They are looking back with a profound, earth-shaking, tearful gratitude. They are so grateful that you did not let go. They are grateful because your decision to hold on right now made their entire existence possible. They love you, and they are begging you to stay so that one day you can become them. Hold on for them. You are not a burden. You are not a failure. You are not broken. You are a seed in the dark, a pot being mended with gold, a warrior in the fire, a river carving a canyon. You are in the middle of your story, not the end. And your pain, as real and as vast as it is not the whole truth of who you are. If these words manage to find a crack of light in your darkness, that is all that matters for today. If you need to hear them again tomorrow, subscribe so they can find you again. But for now, just breathe. You're holding on with you. Stay. Please, just stay.